My name is Brent, and in this video, we are headed 900 feet down this abandoned mine shaft behind me. And usually when I'm headed down there, I'm going on an exploration looking for history. But in this video, we are going down there to record a little history. That is because in a month, I have a book coming out, and that book needs an audiobook. And given that the rest of the town is covered with snow and wind, what better place to record than 900 feet underground? This is gonna take 3 or 4 days, so I'm bringing down a bed and everything else that I need to live down there for as long as it takes to record this thing. So with that, let's pack up and head 900 feet underground. All right, so a lot of snow out here. Not a lot of progress happening with this deep of snow, so I'm going to head 900 feet underground where I've been building out a hotel suite of sorts. I'm going to put a bed down there, some desks, some lamps, some chandeliers, all that. It's actually pretty good timing because I also have to record the audiobook to the book that I'm putting together. So we're going to head down 900 feet into the mine shaft, continue building the room, and record an audiobook. This is going to be the beginning of the room down at the 900 foot level, as well as all the stuff I need to record my book. So I'm actually right up top, so that way I can keep a room down here so we can get as much stuff as down as we can. It's going to take a lot of cages to fill out the whole room down there. This is going to be a good start.
Give me a thumbs up when you're good to go. Alright, we'll send it down. Here we go.
See you! Take care of the cats. The mine shaft I'm headed into is Cerro Gordo's Union Mine. And back in the 1800s, the Union Mine was the largest silver mine in California. They pulled about $500 million worth of minerals out of this mine shaft between 1860 and 1940. The lowest level of the mine is the 900 level. There's about 6 miles of mine shafts off this level, although most of them are behind collapses. There's a lot of history to this level, so I feel really fortunate to be in this setting to record the book.
Attention Kmart shoppers, we have a blue light special in the shaft. Blue light special.
Nice. I think that the context of being down in the mine or reading it will just make these stories come to life that much more. It'll make me relive the moments. A lot of the stories are about time in the mine, whether myself or from back in the day, and some of the things attached to that. And I was talking to my publisher earlier today, and they couldn't remember anybody ever recording an audiobook 900 feet underground, so it's kind of cool.
Around inside the cage down there, so I think he's preparing to get everything off.
All right, welcome to our home for the next few days. This is it. I do a little cleaning, but this is the canvas, we'll call it, of what's going to become in the bedroom. But before that, we need to make sure that the internet will work. So let's try and power that up, see what happens. So most of the time, audiobooks are recorded inside studios. You know, there's a producer there, the author gets the book, you read it as a producer listens in, and you flip through the pages to make sure that it's perfect. And I didn't want to do that. I figured, given the book is about the history of these mines, I wanted to record it in the mines. And the publisher, you know, it was a little bit difficult to convince to do this, but eventually they said yes. But part of the stipulation is that there was going to have to be a producer on the line with me on a video call, 900 feet underground in an abandoned mine. You know, these mines didn't even have power, much less internet when I got here. So the first step of this whole process was getting power and internet down here. You know, at first, with my friend Craig, I was able to get power down here by running 900 foot of Romex all the way down into this abandoned mine. Then, over a series of weeks, trying out different methods, we finally were able to get internet all the way down to the 900 foot level. And that was a huge accomplishment in itself. And so then with the internet and the power setup, I could finally even think about doing an audiobook down here. And so then the only next step from there was to record the thing. No Wi-Fi yet. Why? Come on. Oh, are we going to go to connect? Let's stay connected. Let's see if I can, oh yeah, I just got a text. Boom, we're good. All right, we're down here, 900 feet underground. We got internet, we got power. Those were months in the making, and now it's about to get fun. Now we're starting to build a house down here. I don't know what to call it, an apartment, a suite. A suite sounds the best. So we're about to build a suite. I see myself long-term as moving in down here, just spending months. My apartment at the 900 level. Imagine if I turned every level into an apartment. Then I'd have so many apartments. All right, just about unpacked down here at the 900. Have you ever moved into a new apartment and gone to Walmart and just gotten all the stuff you think you could need? And it's kind of exciting because you're filling new space, You're taking in what design inspiration could happen, where to put the bed, where to orient the desk, all of that. It's kind of how I feel right now. And so we got water, obviously. I have my book that I need to read in the next day or two. The microphone to do that, get some end tables, chair, Keurig, because I need to get some tea to keep my kind of voice good when I'm reading the book. We have some food items, an electric kettle as well. Got my bed. This is one of those bed in the boxes. Shout out Walmart. Got my comforter set. Got some lamps I'm gonna put up. Fake succulent. Got pillows. Got a little mini stove. All sorts of stuff. The apartment, the suite, has begun, and I am very excited. What else should I put down here? I am open to all ideas. It's gonna be many trips down here to fill this thing. And so if you had a 900-foot level mine, this mine's huge. There's miles of mines. What else should I put down here? Bowling alley. Long term, this could just be amazing. All right, before I get too moved in, let's go find a place to record this book. It's got to be somewhere that can get the internet, because I'm going to have a producer helping me out with a little bit of it. But we're looking for somewhere kind of dead. Jack. So you can always go like this. Oh, listen. I learned that from a friend of mine. I brought some blankets I can put up to kind of dead it a little bit more. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys check it out. It's recorded in a mine. Who lets them say that about their book? All right, let's go see what this mine has in terms of wood. Scavenge some wood. Get back and build a desk. We need a desk. I took an inventory of all the different wood throughout the mine and found this sawhorse that I thought was going to be a hit. Wow, look at that. Exactly what I need. It's like already built for me. That's awesome. It's literally exactly what I needed. But after experimenting with a few different locations, it turned out that this one nook right by the hoist was perfect to shove a 2x12 into. That became the desk. This is looking like a very good corner to record a book in. This is the book. I'm actually going to probably use my laptop so that way when I flip the page, you don't hear that on the mic. Now we're getting into it. I got my pan, got my coffee maker, got some quick oats, some different things I can make. This obviously I need to spend a little more time thinking about where exactly the kitchen's going to be. But there is going to be a kitchen in here. But again, this is going to build over months, over years into a beautiful home all through these tunnels. For right now, we got a desk, got a little snack bar. That's going to keep my throat a little coated with something warm as I keep recording this book. There was 100 years of rotting timbers, rocks, and dust. So I needed to tidy up a bit before I could get in the zone to record. All right, it's looking pretty clean in here after only a couple hours of work on the floor. I think now, before I bust out the bed and call it a day for night one, I need to get into the audiobook. We'll begin with chapter 1, and it's going to be probably 2 days of recording, 3 days maybe. If you guys do check out the audiobook and you buy it ahead of time, I'm going to record something down here. I'm not going to call it a chapter, but a riff, a meditation of sorts. It's only available for people that get the audiobook. I would put an email address below. If you email that, it'll send you back this bonus little thing I'm going to record. For now, I need to record the actual book. And so I'm going to drink a little tea, hopefully, and we're going to read some ghost town living. Chapter 1, Pick Your Spot and Swing. It started as a pretty straightforward task. William Burrow Schmidt, a prospector, was tired of bringing his gold ore around a mountain, so he decided to go through it. In the spring of 1900, in the El Paso Mountains of the Mojave Desert, Schmidt began to chip away every day at solid granite, using a pick, a shovel, and a 4-pound hammer. He'd come to the desert of California to save his life. 6 of his siblings had died of tuberculosis back home in Rhode Island. Doctors had prescribed a hotter climate to avoid the same fate.
Never one for half measures, Schmidt picked the hottest, driest desert in all of North America to stake his claim. He reimagined himself a prospector, a frugal one at that. He reinforced the toes of his boots with discarded tin cans and patched his tattered, greasy trousers with old flour sacks. It was dirty and dangerous work. On a good day, he might make a foot of progress. On a bad day, maybe only an inch. Day in and day out, Burroughs Schmidt woke up, grabbed his pick, and attacked the mountain. He knew what he had to do, every single day, for decades.
Chapter 2. Get to work. Late start on the book, but we got 2 chapters down, and I'm going to preserve my voice for the rest of the day. For now, we'll put these up, set a bed up, at least that way I can get a little rest, and we'll get back after it again tomorrow, because we have quite a bit more to go in Ghost Town. Well, the first night at the 900 comes to a close, and it's time to go to bed. Good morning. Oh, man. It's about 6:30, and gotta record some things, but first I think we are gonna try to make some pancakes, because that sounds pretty good on this cold day. It got really cold last night. Luxury. So today, I need to continue recording. I need to do more recording than I do fixing up the place. I did a lot of fixing up yesterday. I got really excited about seeing the space transform. And I think I'm gonna try to deaden the noise even more. So over here, you can see what I'm working with. I'm gonna try to put up some blankets, so that way it's a little bit deader of a sound. You know, there's a tiniest bit of reverb. It's not bad. We can edit out a lot of it, but I'm try to switch up my studio a little bit. Maybe even make it a little warmer. It's a little bit cold. Then we're gonna get back in the booth. In between reading, I kept trying to keep my bedroom area a little tidy, cleaning up here or there, removing more of the old lumber. Long term, I'd love to turn the 900-foot level into a huge space to live in. I think I can move my bedroom further back in the mine, and maybe make the space right by the hoist into a living room of sorts. What would you do? What would you add to this room? I'm curious to keep adding on to this over the coming years. All right, day 2 has been a grind, just recording audio. You might be able to hear my voice a little bit. I think I did 6 chapters, might do some more, so over halfway through the book, which is good with yesterday's stuff. After a while of reading, you just, learn that you're not good at reading. I found myself just reading over and over again like I don't know English, when this morning it felt so easy. And so what used to take 10 minutes is now taking a half hour. So I might try to not record anymore today. I think that, again, I'm reaching those diminishing returns and I can hear it in my voice. And so we'll go from there. It's funny when you reread your book too. There's words that I can read all day long in my head, but when I have to pronounce them, it's really tough. In grade school, I took speech class for most of the elementary school. I can't pronounce things very well. And so my book, I'm referring to some, Greek and different philosophers and mythology, and those names are just, I have no idea. And so it's pause the audiobook, go into Google, how to pronounce X, Y, or Z, go back into the book, say it again, forget how to say it, pause the recording again, go back to Google, do it again. And I'm getting to that point where, again, I'm just reading so slow. So I think I should be able to finish the recording tomorrow if I take a little bit of a break now. So again, I'm going to heat up some food, and then we're going to start working on this corner. That's going to call it for day 2 down in the mine. Today was a day of a lot of recording. My studio is now collapsed a little bit. I did build this little shelf. Tomorrow, I'm going to finish recording the audiobook, which might take me a little bit of time. Then I'm going to clear this bit out, try to get it down to just kind of the dirt, get rid of this mulch is what I'll call it. And so then I can go back up and start making more trips down to keep building this out. And this project to build this out is going to take a while, but it's underway. day 3 down to the mine begins. And we're going to do some recording. We're going to do some more fixing up at the place. It's going to be a good day. A story that comes to mind as I'm setting up this home and wandering the shafts of the 900 level is from 1877. It was nighttime and there was 3 guys working down at the 900 level, 10 guys working up at the 700. And up in the hoist house, a huge fire broke out. A bunch of buildings were consumed. And luckily, one of the guys at the 700 was near the main shaft. So he looked up, saw the flame, signaled to the guys down at the 900 to start coming up. And they were able to come up the 200 feet of ladder to the 700 level. And then further up, the superintendent at the time, this guy named Porter, he noticed the fire on the main building and he kind of sprung into action. He sent some workers to go 190 feet down and they built a platform across the main mine shaft. So they put timbers and dirt to prevent the fire from getting sucked all the way down to the 700 and the 900 and killing those guys. At the same time, all the citizens of town took all the water they could find and started just dousing the hoist as much as they could. During this time, the guys that were at the 700 were able to walk all the way up to the 200, 500 feet of ladder, and escape to the outside. And in the end, the entire hoist building was lost. There was 4 or 5 cabins that were lost. The office was lost, and 300 cords of wood were burnt too. But the shaft below the 200 and those 13 miners down there were saved. And the newspapers later said that if Porter hadn't been thinking so quickly, that it could have been the whole town that was lost, plus those 13 miners down at the 900. And these days, we don't have the exit through the Omega anymore. It collapsed a long time ago. So while being 900 feet underground feels like protection from the current snow outside, a fire or similar could negate all that. But that's something I try not to think about too much while I'm down here. All right, so I think that the audiobook is complete. Book's coming out March 19th. Thank you guys so much if you check it out. I'm going to take this recorder back to a very special part of the mine and record a little bonus segment for anybody that orders it ahead of time. So if you order the book, email your receipt to the email address below. That same day you'll get sent this recording. So let's go find this spot and talk about it. So the other big point of creating this room down here was to have a base point to jump off and try to explore the 5 additional levels of the Union Mine. So for the longest time, it was thought that the mine stopped at the 900 foot level. Maybe there's a foot below it. But we found some maps a while back. There's actually 5 additional levels down below where I am right now. If we were able to get through, should theoretically lead to some additional miles of mine that were no one has explored, no one is really well documented, and it drops down to the 1290 level. So between 900 and 1290, there's a 390 foot drop. So you imagine there must be some type of machinery back there, whether it's an additional hoist system or whatever it is. There's a way that they're getting a lot of ore down from these bottom levels. All right, so this is it. This is an intersection actually. When you're digging around, this goes over that way to the left, then it goes over and then it curves around, and there's a winds that should go down to the lower 5 levels. And that would just be so cool to get to those lower levels. Again, thank you guys so much for all the support over the years. If you have the ability to, if you pre-order the audiobook, it would just mean the world to me. Pre-orders mean so much for books' success in the market. And so with that, if you do ahead of time, I'm going to record a little something special now. Hey there. I wrote this book when I was in a really dark place. All right, it's just about time for my first trip down here, staying to end. The audiobook is done. Just more cleaning up. What I want to do now is I'm going to take a 3D map of this area. I'm going to get some dimensions. I'm going to take some photos. I'll put those below in the description. If you're out there and you're an interior designer, if you're an architect, if you're just somebody that wants to creatively think about a space, let me know. I'll put an email in there too, a different email, and hit me with some ideas, and maybe we'll bring some of these to life. Maybe some of you I could bring out here to help with the project if you want. But I think this is going to be a really, really, really cool space. I think the floor level is dropped about at least 2 feet since being in here. You can see the track almost all the way to here. I need to still do one final cleanup, but considering where we started, not a bad first run. Long term, I think lighting and obviously some flooring, so it's not dirt, it's going to be huge. But for the right person, this could be a very inspiring task. All right, as trip 1 comes to a close, this is what the 900-foot level is currently looking like. Took about a foot of mulch off the ground. We got our little shelf. Our cable's a little bit better sorted. There is the infamous desk. I have my little snack bar going on. And of course, the bed. A lot to be done still down here, but I think it's looking pretty cool at the moment. And I think that long term, this space is going to be very cool. All right. So in the end, I am stoked on how this audiobook turned out. I think it is one that is just very unique. To be able to record in such a setting, especially given my experience up here and the history of this town and the fact that the history developed down there, I think makes it very unique. The book is coming out March 19th. I'm very proud of it. If you guys have the ability to, I really hope you check it out. It's available in both audio and print versions, pretty much everywhere books are sold. And if you are so kind to order it before March 19th and you email your receipt to book@cerrogordominds.com, I have a bunch of bonuses for you. I have, unreleased videos. I have bonus audio recordings I did out in the mine. I have all sorts of other things. So hope you check it out. Hope you email me the receipt. And I just want to say thank you. The fact that you guys have been such big supporters of this town and my journey here are the reason that a book like this is possible. And that's not lost on me. So thank you guys so much for caring about this town, caring about me. I hope you guys did you proud by this book. Hope you'll check it out. And hope you'll stick around because I have some very, very cool videos coming up, including one about a lot of silver that I'm going to get into right now. So until then, hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next time.